Hi Taurus, welcome to your March 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. I'm Anisha. I talk everything around astrology and tarot. For a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. For those of you who want to know more about my work, you may visit my website tarotbyanisha.com. So Taurians, as promised, this is a big month. We have the massive mighty Saturn that is moving signs. We have Pluto that is moving after 2 decades, and it is moving out of Capricorn. It's moving into Aquarius. We also have Mars that is going direct. So right from the beginning of the month, it's a time to be go, get out and go out and chase your dreams. Let me break down the month for you. Please ensure that you watch the video towards the end, because I'm going to be looking at your relationship, I'm going to be looking at your health, and I'm going to be looking at your money, but I'm going to be breaking it down. So on the 3rd, we have Mercury that is joining Neptune and Sun, and this is there in a part of your chart. This is all about your groups of friends. This speaks about people whom you consider your tribe. Lot of conversations, lot of negotiations, collaborations, fabulous time to be showcasing your work, fabulous time to be publishing your work, great time to be pitching, great time to be having conversations, and also a great time to be clearing misunderstandings as well. On the 7th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. And this is a time where you need to be taking a deeper look at your own creative sense, or your, even I would say, what is it that you really love, Taurians. And this speaks about how it is that you're nurturing yourself, or you're being nurtured. It's also a time where for a lot of you, this your relationship with your child gets highlighted during this time. It comes up for investigation. So if things have been slightly tough where an older child is concerned, this is a time to be healing. For some of you, it could be that there is just a sense of resignation. Maybe there's a sense of almost acceptance and saying, you know, that I really can't do much about it. But Taurians, it is still nevertheless a time to be healing, of healing. If something needs to get mended, then please do try and reach out. It's also a time for a lot of you, if there is a creative venture that you have been working with, that you will be either giving it finishing touches. Maybe you have been thinking about, for those of you who are writing a book, great time to be publishing. It's a great time as well to be letting your inner child out, Taurians. On the 8th, we have Saturn, and that's the big movement, which is moving into your house of groups of friendships, and this stays there for the next 3 years. Now, when Saturn transits through this, our house of friends, and this speaks about a group of people with whom we relate to, whom we consider as our tribe. And Saturn is he's a teacher planet, you know, so there's of course nothing to be scared about and worried about that, oh, Saturn is going to be breaking friendships. But Saturn over here just brings about a sense of that you want deeper friendships. You are looking at friendships that are more meaningful, with people who are more authentic. You are no longer satisfied with friends with, I would say, fair weather friends. You know, you are, maybe earlier you have been happy with just catching a couple of drinks or meeting your friends for coffee, but this is a time that you, starting this phase, you're going to be looking at deeper conversations at, you know, with the friends who have similar value sets as you do. And also you're going to be valuing loyalty a lot, Taurians. You're going to be looking at your friends, and you're going to be seeing as to how it is that they relate, or they connect with your own sense of being, or even your own sense of values and integrity. For a lot of you, this also speaks about teamwork and collaboration. And Saturn over here is going to be teaching. At the end of the day, Saturn wants us to grow more. So in this specific part of your house where it's saying that, you know, wherein that you have maybe got used to working on your own, but during the next 3 years, this is a time where you will be put across with maybe people who are either difficult or it could be challenging to be work with people or to collaborate with. It could even mean, in fact, people who are not just your work colleagues, but even close friends. So the idea would only be to teach you to be more cooperative, Taurans over here. And of course, not at the sake of letting go of your own values, but try and stay flexible as much as possible. On the 17th, we have Venus, and she's moving into your own house of self. So wonderful time wherein I think not just asking yourself the question of, what you want for yourself and where it is that you want to go. It's a good time to be crystallizing your goals and going back to the, board and seeing where it is that you have come so far, where it is that you want to go. If you're trying to achieve something, then what are the kind of resources that you need? So Venus is going to be gently be pushing you to try and go more closer to your goal. And Venus is not just about love, beauty, and sex. She's also about money. So she's going to be encouraging you to create more wealth. A great time, nonetheless, to be changing your wardrobe, getting a complete hairdo. Venus is absolutely supportive about that during this phase. On the 20th, we have Mercury that moves into your house of behind the scenes. On the 21st, we have Sun, and that's not enough. We then have a new moon that is there in your house of behind the scenes. Now, this is really, really huge because this house of behind the scenes is a place where we go and recharge our emotional batteries. We look at our own deep psychological patterns. So there could be a lot of conversations around your own, family history, your family skeletons, where it is that you get a certain quirk from. In certain cases, it could be that some of you have been going to therapy and maybe a lot of stuff is coming out in therapy where you're trying to sort of connect the dots over here. It is also a wonderful time for research, Taurians. Good time to be delving deeper into subjects that really interest you. However, because this is a house which is behind the scenes, you're not going to be too open in wanting to share this with others. You would like to sort of keep your opinion to yourself, and you would just sort of want to listen more than say more. On the 24th, we have the biggie. We have Pluto that is moving into your house of career, and this is the house of accolades. And this is initially Pluto will be here for 3 months. It'll just give you a taste or a peek into what is it that is going to come, and then finally Pluto is going to roll over there for the next 20 years. So Pluto is an extremely transformative energy. I've spoken in great detail in my annual video as to how Pluto is going to be affecting you. So I'm not going to be spending a lot of time now talking about it. You may go and check the annual 2023 horoscope video for your sign. I've spoken about it, how it's going to be affecting you. But Pluto, very briefly, is going to be awakening your own sense of ambition. It's going to be sense of self-realization. And also in some of you, there's going to be almost this inherent need and want to control and dominate. And this is also, it can bring about some challenges because this house also belongs to authority figures. So it can be that if you're not flexible, you could have a lot of challenges, especially with people, who are your bosses, authority figures, father-like figures. And Pluto, unlike Saturn, where Saturn, I would say, is still gentler, but Pluto lessons are extremely powerful, and it's a long transit. It's there for 20 years. So it's not going to be mincing its words. In fact, in certain cases, it can be that if you get into, say, an argument or a fight or even a very deep difference of opinion at work, you may be asked to leave. So nothing will be very gentle about the Plutonian lesson. So try and keep at the back of your mind, Taurians, that stay flexible, be collaborative, and also cooperative. Pluto, on the other hand, is also going to be giving you opportunities to reach your life goals because extremely transformative. If you work with the Plutonian energy, there's really nothing that you can't achieve. So I think for some of you, if you are absolutely clueless about what your life goal is, it's a good time to be crystallizing that. It's a good time to be going back to the board and seeing as to what is it that you want. Maybe you want to be this world-class author. I do not know why it is I'm talking so much about writing or about publishing books. But Pluto has this entire transformative energy wherein that if you really work hard along with it, it can make you reach your goals definitely. So Pluto is going to work along with your ambition. It will, help you succeed as far as your ambition is concerned, as far as your career is concerned, as far as you may sort of want to be seen in the social scene and in the work social scene. You want to be looked upon as this leader who's is sort of showing the way. So Pluto can do all of that, but again, the entire energy, and we have to remember that Pluto is transiting Aquarius for the next 20 years. It has shifted from Capricorn. So the Aquarian energy with Pluto also is that of the collective. It is not of an individual energy where you can simply say, I, me, myself, and I will do it on my own. That is something which Pluto is not going to encourage. But overall, and of course, it also depends as to how Pluto is placed with the rest of the planets in your chart. But Pluto can be extremely beneficial and transformational if you are willing to be flexible and if you're willing to cooperate. End of the month, we have Mars that moves into your house of communication. This is the house of your sibling and also your community at large. So it can be that a lot of conversations again are going on. Either there could be some tough conversations that could be happening with a sibling, or it could be that your sibling is not a great place. Try and keep aggression at bay with Mars being over there. You may regret some things, Taurians, during this time. So better to stay silent than to sort of, have this big regret. Because it speaks about the community where you stay in or the area where you're, where you live. It could be that, either there's some construction happening or there could be some land or some development issue as well during this time. This also speaks about some beneficial short distance travel. So maybe if you are required to travel for whether it's a project or whether it is work, it could be extremely beneficial for you. Overall, quite a cracker of a month, Taurians. I think the keywords for you would be to be collaborative, to stay flexible, and ensure that you're being not just a talker but also a listener this month. Have a fabulous March. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.